Lunchtime, lunchtime. It's a lunch break. Lunch break live. See who's joining us. This is Pastor Dave. I'm with Lunch Break Live today. Hey, you know what? I got a special kind of a subject I wanted to bring up. I was reading through my devotion. It's kind of a hardcore devotion this morning. It's tearing down to build up, and it's like in the way the society is dealing with things right now. We're dealing with a lot of separation. Everybody's separate. Well, you know what? We could still come together, even if we are separate. But how close are we? How good of friends are we to stay together the way that God wants us to? I mean, think about this. It's, if somebody, the word is rebuke. If you're being rebuked on something, how do you take it? It's difficult to take that. If you've got a good friend that's wanting to give you some sort of correction, I mean, it's and sometimes we don't even ask for it, so it's unsolicited. So that people don't take well to that sometimes. So we feel exposed, we feel embarrassed, So trying to bring that friendship back together, even in these separate times. We've got some issues that we need to work through. So the experience can leave us separated from our friends. So, but for Paul, see, Paul brings this up in 2 Corinthians. It's like, but God who comforts the humble comforted us by the coming of Titus, not only by his coming, but also by the comfort with which he was comforted among you. See, because he reported to us your longing, your mourning, your zeal for me, so that I rejoiced even more. See, Paul was really happy about their love. It was a relief and a comfort to him. But there was some rebuking involved too. So we form our community when others challenge us, because we actually grow closer when we allow ourselves to be corrected. The Corinthians, they felt sorrow for their sin, expressed concern for Paul. It solidified their relationship. It allowed for rebuke in there. So it comforted him and brought him incredible joy. See, when somebody is rebuked or corrected, there has to there they often have an intentional love and comfort that they don't even realize to the one who brings that correction. Paul tells the Corinthians to make room for us in your hearts. And same in that same chapter of 2 Corinthians chapter 7, in verse 2, it said, make room for us in your heart. We should do the same for those in our community. Not all people possess Paul's zeal and boldness, so we should prepare ourselves to graciously accept correction when it comes, reaching out to those around us and letting them know that we appreciate their rebuke, their correction. It'll help build up the community. It really does. It sounds like, well, no, then it's going to create arguments and stuff, but no. It really does create a closeness, authenticity. So here's a two-pronged question. It's actually three. So two. Yeah, it's two. So do others approach you about your sin? Do others come to you and approach you and talk to you about what you're doing wrong in God's family? So, and the part is that having been rebuked or corrected recently, how can you make yourself more approachable? If somebody hasn't given you correction lately, maybe that's because you're being too stoic, you're being too reserved, you're being too strict about, oh, nobody tells me what to do. Yeah, listen up. You got to get over yourself. All right. Have a blessed day. Thanks.